includes of CentOS. That is a minimal. Its size about 600 and nothing else. So just you see over if I configure. So in my RAM, okay, the disk, the processors. This is the things. So see, so first of all, uh, this is the my CentOS machine 8. I have a previous document where I have installed our the step-by-step process regarding all the things in CentOS 7 and the Javix package 4.2.1. But if you want that document, I will share it. But right now, I'm just going to tell about the CentOS 8 and the latest package I have downloaded from the Javix site 4.1. That is the latest package which is available on the Javix site. So, so I'm just telling about the what is introduction and the package, the different meaning of the different constitute part of the package, the database configuration and PHP configuration, and staff service and other cheat codes available. Like if you have wants to sub troubleshooting related things. So see, when we talk about, I'm not going about the architecture part. I'm just telling about the what is the Javix installation part and what is the necessary things which is are included. So when we talk about Javix, as we know, Javix is an open source monitoring software tool which monitor your network, services, virtual machine, cloud services. Right now, the new package have the ability to monitor your cloud services, and it monitors your matrix data and in which matrix you network utilization, CPU load, disk use, space, RAM utilization, IOPS. In IOPS means input output operations per second. It is basically tells about the your hard disk performance. So when we talk about the Javix constitute part, there are the three things. One is Javix server, and second is the Javix frontend, and third is Javix database. So there are multiple database which is available into the market like MySQL, Postgres, MariaDB, and Oracle, IBM DB2. So if you want to configure your Javix as a platform to integrate with your different database which your company is provided, so you can do it. MySQL, Postgres, and MariaDB. Most of them are the open source. When we install as a Javix front end, so we need 80 and 443. What is mean by Javix front? It's basically tell about your Apache services. So here you see, I just install it my whole things over here. So if I just front end thing, so this is the Apache service. It's tell about your Apache service. So that is the thing which I mentioned over here. So that is the 80 ports is defined your because there is not this is HTTP only. If I configure this by as for secured, so this port will be run on HTTPS. And the second thing is just Zabbix server and Zabbix proxy. Both are the servers, and but have the different meaning. When we talk about the Zabbix server, it is a complete installation package on your server machines. And if you want to additional Javix server, your geographical region where you are not going to install any server database, you're just installing that particular service over there. If you want to integrate with your main server, so it will behave like as a server as that's why we called as a proxy. So that's the Javix server will run on a port which is 10051, and the Javix agent will run in 10050. This is the port. So you see, and in here, what are the prerequisites which is necessary when we creating any our just Javix? We need our virtual machine which is pure in nature. That means you just completely download, nothing install any package. You need to update. After update this your whole package, just restart your machine. After restart, so when I just here. When I just enabled my networking, and after that, I automatically my machine is assigned a particular IP address. This is so so uh, I can easily okay, this is my IP address. This is a dynamic IP address. So if anyone guys, how we can check the gateway of any virtual machine is enabled, if your networking is enabled, so how can you check your gateway? So there is one command I will tell you. This is very interesting command through which we can easily find out, okay, this is your gateway. So I can easily, okay, so in here the next slide I'm telling about how we just set up a static IP address of any virtual machine. There are the multiple things. You can go to the command line slash etc slash sysconfig slash network script slash what are your it will show your this path. But another command is nmtui. So here you can set up your static IP address. Here I am just set up my static IP address. I just easily find out what is my gateway. So through which command I easily gateway, I just tell about my DNS server. That is a Google gateway. That is 888 and 444, and just set it. So this is the thing I'm tell about how can we set a how can we set a give a static IP address. So through this command, we can easily find out what is my new release of a CentOS machine. So if you want to see, this is my CentOS 8, which is the latest CentOS, which is right now available on the market. So you can easily download and a minimal version. So here. So here you can see the Javix right now, which is present in the market, with that is 4.4, and the compatible version of OS
Because,
is, yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. Can you please tell me, is there any standard package we are installing, or is there any node specific, like Solaris or Linux node?
See, there, if you check Javix website, so there are multiple latest package which is available, like 4.4. If you want to install 4.4
Yes,
package
latest
on,
is 4.4. It's okay.
yeah,
Okay, but what I am trying to saying is, this is for both Solaris or
right, right,
Linux node.
yeah, yeah, right,
Okay,
right.
so we can install this 4.4 in Linux as well as in our Solaris node, right?
Right, right, right. You see,
So
Solaris,
there is no compatibility issue while we are installing this version in our server.
if you want to install in Ubuntu, you have to install Debian package, right?
Yes.
If you want to install in Red Hat, CentOS, and Fedora, there is nothing as such compatibility issues rise up. If you want to install your this package on Solaris, Solaris is basically from your Oracle part. So I don't think so. Is there any type of challenges?
Actually, before 1 month we have installed. I think I don't have remember that version
Uh-huh.
number, but we
Uh-huh.
have installed that Zabbix in one of our Linux server. So there
Uh-huh.
was a compatibility issue that time. So for which we have changed that version, Zabbix version.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, if there are any compatibility issue,
Right,
because
right.
we have faced earlier
Yeah,
this
yeah.
type of issue.
Definitely, we will face it. That's why it is written, because if you want to that particular package installation, you need to particular OS. So if we find out, if you share me that particular issue, so I can easily rectify it. If you have any, so we can discuss it, and we can.
Okay, no issue, but that time we have rectified that there are some compatibility issue for which we have changed that Javix version to a newer version. I mean
Right.
that yes,
You
I
see, right?
4.4.
Yeah, it is very much definitely it occurs, because see, when I install this 4.4 package in my CentOS 7 machine, I face several, I say faces some issues, because some are the package are not compatible with your current OS. So right now this 4.4 is directly compatible only for the CentOS 8 only, not for the CentOS 7.
Okay, 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 okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
fine. Thank you, press. Thank you.
So you see now this is the configuration part of your only a virtual machines. Whatever your things you need to you give to your static IP address, your IP is enabled. What are the RAM utilization you have to provided RAM and disk space. And now this now the second point important thing is we need to add a JAVX repository. The JAVX repository which is available on your JAVX dashboard in your if you go want to check this thing available package on your JAVX site, you can easily available over there. So what I did, I just copy an RPM UVH and download, just run this command over here. See, so when I just run this command, it just RPM is a bundle of package which have different of package. Package is basically is your source of code, and dependency is like also a source of code, but your source of code need other source of code for the execution purpose. So this is the simple definitions. So when you execute this command, it will just recompiling and verifying it and updating. After it, uh, clean. This command is basically DNF command. When we see in CentOS 7, we are using YAM. Right now, we are using DNF. DNF basically these are the command which are used in Fedora based. So now the CentOS 8, most of the commands are familiar. You can familiar with the same as the Fedora commands. So if you want to install, if you want to work in CentOS 8, you need to have some familiar commands with the Fedora. You have to some knowledge about the Fedora. So that is the,
Because
yeah,
sorry to interrupt. Do you have any correction note from where you are getting that RPM package?
yeah, I can.
Okay, okay, yeah, you have that correction
Yeah.
note, right? Okay.
If you want to, if you want to JAVX download or direct on package on the site, you'll see. This is the thing where this is my this is the platforms. This is the same thing why I
Yes,
just
yes.
paste that snap over here. And if you want to 4.4, yeah. When you click here, this is the same thing will appear about your installation process. About these are the installation process are already over here, written over here. My internet going slow because of I. I will tell you about this portion
Okay,
because the portion is very long. So I will tell you about. This is the same
okay.
commands are written over here. So, and after DNF cleanup, it is cleaning your old little bit packages which is affected over here. And then after that, when I search DNF research, when I just download this package, RPM over right here, whatever the your default directory, if you want to download this package on a OPT, yeah, any temporary file, you can do it. So after that, if you run this DNF search JAVX in CentOS 7, it's like a yum search JAVX. So when you uh, fire this particular command, you will find out these are the packages are available in the RPM. These are the packages which is are in the this RPM. Okay. So after download, So we need to install Javix server, Javix front end, and Javix agent. These are the necessary things if you want to install it. So what is Javix Server MySQL? It is basically for your Javix Server package. Waybase is a front end. What do you mean front end? See, Jayanta, you can see over here. Are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
This is the
That is,
same thing this is the same
yes,
thing
yes.
this is the same thing I just take it from here. So don't worry about that. You can go through the Javix site and read it properly, and you can easily find out the various things over written over here. There is nothing much hard thing, new things.
Okay, 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 bro. Got it, got it.
Yeah, thank you. So what I'm doing now, and I'm just installing this Javix server, Javix Pig, MySQL, Javix Apache configuration, Javix agent, and MariaDB. MariaDB is a database I'm choosing. You can use a different IBDB2 anything. So Javix server MySQL, it is for the Javix server. Webbase is for the front end. Front end means this portion we're talking about. And agent is a your which is continuously running your agent which is gives your the monitoring purpose and collecting your data matrix to send your to the your Javix server. The Apache they are using. What do you mean by Apache? I already told you about these things. This is the Apache where your whole configuration will reflect on the GUI. So this is the for the web browser. If you see this thing on in Ubuntu, if you want to install the Apache package, you have to install sudo apt-get install Apache 2. This is the same name where you need to not use this type of name nomenclature over there. So I just run fire this command. This is the fire this particular command. So it will installing. While installing, it will installing your MariaDB server, agent, Javix Apache configuration, Javix server, MySQL, and Javix Waves. After installing it, we need to restart your MariaDB because several packages are installed. But after that, you have to restart your MariaDB as your database. Enabling means at the boot time, this service will booting up, so its configuration is changing at the booting time. It automatically restarted that particular service. You don't need any type of every time to restart that service. So systemctl and status MariaDB, it will tell us about the status of a particular service. What is the status, whether it is running or not running. If you want to see like this, so you can see easily, okay, my service is running in the state. So this is the thing we can easily check it. So after executing this enabling status and start, you see we need to secure aware my more MariaDB more secure. If you want to skip this part, you can skip it. There is need that nothing as such changes you want to apply over the server. But I am just going to tell you, if you in the organization, we have to implement this thing for the security reason. So for this, my school secure installation, it is basically a script. It will allow your root user some strong authentication. If it will allow your if someone wants to just connect your database MariaDB, you can disable it and change remove your test database and different things. Like see, when I execute this command, fire this command, it will ask it if you want to change your root password or not. So I just enter it, and after, okay, I want to change my password. Okay, after changing it successfully, I did. So the second thing is asking remove anonymous user. If you want to remove anonymous user, yes, I want. So I just yes, press yes. If you want to disable your root login, yes, I want. If you want to remove your test data, but I just yes, I did. I reload your tables. So this is the things I have to do it for the security
So
reason.
this
You
is
are
because this is the total information about the source server details, right?
Right. For no source detail. It is about you see if I install my MariaDB package now after MariaDB package installation and restart that particular package, if I just fire this command use it. So right now it is showing access denied for this user. So nobody if somebody wants to access my database through without password without authentication, it will show it. So right now if you see I why I'm doing this? Some for the security reasons for providing my database more secure. Right now, if you want to, if I'm, it is basically you can say I'm just setting a particular password and removing other sources to access my database. So I'm just removing all the sources who wants to access my database, removing it, and just right now I'm just enabling my password over here. So it is asking my password. So you see. So So this is the
No, are
if
you
you want,
providing the local? Are you providing the local host details, or you are providing the Zabbix details?
I am not providing any type of details over here. I'm just securing my database. I'm just providing you are setting a particular password to your database. Simply more. If you in layman language, you can just say I'm just providing a secure password your MariaDB database. Nothing else. There are some changes because for the security reasons. For you are not allowing any anonymous users. Disabling if you want to connect anyone my database from remotely. If you want, nobody can access this database.
Oh, yes, yes, I'm getting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So you see, and after executing this command, and my database is secure in state. So because I have username password of my Maria database. So when I execute this command, my it will ask my this password. What I am doing, I am just creating one test database, creating one database that's name is Javix, and that is UTF-8 collect. That is basically gives the information about your for the requirement of the database. It is providing a particularly service for the security reasons. So you see the I'm just what I'm doing. I'm just creating database. That is a database name. The characteristic for the by binary operations related things over here, and grant all privileges for Javix localhost and provide identify by password. Password you can set your password whatever you want to set a password. So over here, this is a particular command. I'm just changing my password that is a Javix. So after executing, it will easily find out my. It is will give all the privileges which is possibly in my database. So you see. So after executing this command, if I because before before this there is nothing as such Javix database is available. So after executing this command, and if you will see show database, this Javix database will be show. If you go into the use database, this is the command through which you can go into a database and show tables. I'm just checking out okay how many tables are available through my Javix database. I will see there is nothing as such tables. The schema is present over here. So what is the next? How can we build it? So when you it is yeah when you install this package, it will contain the database schema. So we need the whole configuration part are also available on this. So right now our this Javix database, what we are going to install over here right now is in empty states. We want to that schema. So how we do that? So see, after executing that the first command I told you just few minutes before. So when we see and when we just go this particular path, you see here, over here. So this is the thing. But if you want to see in package previous old packages 4.2.1 in CentOS 7, you will see this package into the different form. It will show the package the 4.2.1, but in latest package it will not showing the extension new package extension basically. So in here you see in this path there is schema is located over here, create sql.tz. So what I'm just go to this particular path, and after parting I'm running this fire this particular command. You can skip it this particular path. This you just directly gcat and gcat fire this command. It will use pipe, and after pipe mysql hyphen u for that is user, and javix p and the password. This is the password. So zcat is basically it is a command which is decompress this file. This it decompress your particular file, and after completion all the concatenation netting all the files, it will directly upload it to your database. Your it will uploaded all the tables over here. So after executing this command, okay, so wait a you after executing this command, I just enter into this thing. I will show you. This is the my database, MySQL performance. These are the schema. They are the two database, MySQL and the JAVIX. I'm using the JAVIX. Okay, the database change, and so these are the tables. These are the 49 tables which are available over here. Trigger. There are the various things you can see over here, and when you fresh install it, you will not see any type of because all the tables are blank instead. So after installing, you need to check whether your tables are actually loaded on this database or not. So this is the command gcat. What it is doing, it is just like this. Gcat is concatenating your decompress and then concatenation all the files and to give an output, and which is just pump it and plays over this Javix database. What is this? This is the password. This is the syntax we have to use it. Okay. So this is the same thing I just told you about you guys. This is the same thing. We need to do these things, and after there are some configuration changes. Okay, over here, and these are the some configuration changes like and slash etc slash javix slash javix dot server that is a configuration file of javix. So in this configuration file we need to change your dv password, dv user, and dv look, you have to leave it, don't need to change any type of things. If you want to see this, I will show you. Wait a second, I will tell you about this part, about the configuration where we do it. Okay, so leave that part. I will tell you just 5 minutes. Wait a second. We need we what we do in the configuration part, we need some changes like we have to provide it. You have to check your DV name. What is your DV name? Your DV name is showing something else, localhost. You have to just change it Javix and Javix. If you don't want to change it, you have to remember what are the DV name, DV user, and DV password, because it will allow you some in future to uh, you want to changes, if you want to configure some different things, so you need to know about this thing. You see, this is the same configuration part will comes up, and your local host, your DV name, and your DV have just changes DV and DV password. This is the same things you have to do. After this, whenever we changes any configuration part, we need to restart that service. This is the in anywhere you are going to changes in any configuration part, you need to just restart the service. So what I did, I just systemctl and start just Javix server. If you see the right now I'm showing the Javix that service is running and not. So it is running in a state. Want to restart, it will restart your service. So sir, there is a difference between start and restart. So what do you mean by it is very important? When you start any service, when you restart in a service, what is the difference? It is when you restart any service, its PID, the process ID has been changed. When you restart, its process ID is not changed when you start only. So it is very important. So when you restart your, it's like that your service first stop it, and after stop it, your system is allocating a new process ID, and after allocating new process ID, it will take it. That's why it taking so much time, because there are some configuration changes. So so now what I the next is the graphical this graphical PHP end. This is the next step where what I am doing over here. I'm just mm, I will tell you about this thing. So when you just open this file, when you open this file, it will the that because we are in India, that's why in Asia we need to change according to your country, and it will monitor it your services everything according to your time zone. So when you see this is a, if you're not adding your time zone, it will show you the different time. So there is need to some changes over this configuration file over here. So this is a front end changes. So what I did, I just nothing. I just went to the this particular configuration file and add this Asia slash Kolkata. So this is the same thing. I just so and the for the SE Linux, SE Linux for security Linux. This Linux itself has its own security, so we need to disable, because there is a very deep if you want to enable those services, yeah, if you enable providing anything changes in your Linux machine, so there is lot of this is all already have 20 pages configuration documents. So if you want to know about this, and so I will tell you, but right now I'm just disabling right now SC Linux. So because it will take so much time, that's why I skip those part. So SC Linux, how can we enable disable? So right now my SC Linux is disabled in a state. How can we check your SC Linux status? This is the command right now. and /etc/config SC Linux. So this is the configuration part. Right now my SC Linux is disabled in a state. So previously it is enforcing in a state. What do you mean enforcing? My security policies are enforced. So if you wanted anything else, your service will not restart. Your Linux machine, your Linux operating system will not allow you your changes, whatever you want to changes. So I just preferly disable this particular SN Linux. So there is a two-way you can use this directly command over there, and secondly you just go to the this configuration file. And the second important of your security purpose, that is a firewall. If you running any service, if you want to add any port, if you want to just disable any port and anything, so you need to get permission from the firewall. Firewall also, it's a as a secure zone creative policies. So we will allow there are the some, because after installing lot of package in Javix servers, we need to allow some services, ports, and different things. So right now, this is a command firewall cmd hyphen hyphen permanent and hyphen hyphen add hyphen server. This is a syntax which is available on the internet. Yeah, you can easily find out this command on the Linux Red Hat books. And where you can ask, how can we allow any particular service? And this is, I am just allowing this particular port. This is for the Javix agent. This is for the Javix server. This is for the HTTP, for the web server. Apache, what we call as Apache. If you're not allowing this service, this your GUI will not appear. Right? So after this allowing, you need to final reload. Reload is basically just changes. So here, uh, after if you want to allow your block, if you services your port, so here you can see in firewall cmd hyphen hyphen list, it will tells about, okay, my this port is running two-way TCP and ADP. The mostly we are using TCP. So here you see, and my ports are allowing in states. There are some. This is agent. This is agent. This is for server. This is for Apache. This is for Grafana. I will tell you about later when I will finish it. There are the some services. What are the my services are allowing in state SSH, SATP, and SHTPS for the secure. So after this, I just restart my whole service. I'm restarting my Javix server, enabling for the at the booting time. You're nothing to any type of changes for start any service. Enabling restart. I already told you about it. Its PID has been changed when you restart any service. Enabling agent. This is for the This is for the Apache, and this is for the Apache restarting. I'm nothing. I'm just enabling restarting all the services. So after this is a very simple way, step by step process, and you can nothing as such. When you see on the internet, you will easily get up and messed up lot of things. And after completion, there the all the steps, and you have to fire. You have to fire this IP address. This is the same IP. What you did, you are nothing to do. This is the particular IP and slash. You have to do like this. The IP address 192.168 slash Javix. When you just after completing the whole process, you just enter it, and your Javix page. HTTP basically is Apache. It is a D for daemon, our web engine. Yeah, you can see it. So yeah, this is my IP. Okay, so when you just hit it, so this fail which appear it, the JavaX 4.4. So it will ask you, you see the PHP option, the time zone. Okay, my time zone, my PHP limit. You can change it according to your conditions, because I'm not configuring any host, any part over it. So that's why it is showing little bit. But if you have the lots of host configurations, so you need to change this according to it. No, if you not do it, it will crash it. It causes some problem. So you will right now is you have to see, this is prerequisites, very important. So my configuration for database is MySQL. I'm just using my username password, that is a Javix Java. That is a previous one. I'm just choosing over here options. This is the things. So I'm giving my name of Javix server. So after Javix server, it will pre-install summary. It will tell about your MySQL, localhost, default, and everything. So my Javix port will be run on 10051. Okay, this is the configuration part, and after finish, after run it, and execute the command. So my this page will be appear it. So so this is the installation part only for the Javix installation. See, very important. I will tell you, if you want to see systemctl, sometimes how we identify where we did any type of mistakes. Sometimes what we usually states in as a Linux user in the front and the starting days, when we install any package and nothing any else, yeah, installation and configuration any changes. So we just see the whether our service are working in a state error. I'm just checking. Okay, my server, my this server. Okay, my server is running in a state. Okay, my active is state, everything is showing perfectly where I did any type of mistakes. If I want to check my agent, is also working, started. So, so what is after doing these things, if we want to find any type of error, mistakes, and having some issues, so so the best way we need to check the logs. So this is the command where there is a there here the whole log configuration is present for Javix. So easily you can easily find out over here. Okay, where what are the mistake, what are the things we are issues is arising. So in Javix, if your service is running in state and you're showing your service, but you are facing some related issues, you will not check your okay, my service is running. You have to check your logs. Okay, and you can easily find out. And for the it is this is for the server. If you want to check the agent, you can check it. Okay, my logs you can easily find it. And second most important, journal CTL. That's a very interesting command. It will also tell about your what are the things for -xe. -xe, it will text about tell you if anything is you had did mistakes, it will tell you about. So three things where is very important. You might found out any type of errors which is find out. So you can easily find out through logs in Javix, sir, for the Javix server and Javix agent and the journal CTL. They are the three commands. So we can easily find out. So this is the things for the Javix server. Okay, I think after executing this command, my Polar is running a state that is important. Okay, this is my Javix server. Okay, and if somebody will ask you what are Javix are you using right now? So this is the command javun hyphen server hyphen b. You can easily find out what are the latest javix your server is running in state. So it will telling you, and for the agent, so it will tell about the agent version also.
Because you are telling me about the Polar. So
Yeah,
basically, what does it mean? Because I have not seen this. Can you please tell me about the Polar?
yeah. Wait a second, I will show you. So right now there is nothing as such Polar is showing on. When you restart your service, when you are up booting your service, so
Okay.
there are some important things. Uh,
So you mean while we are
yes,
going to restart our Javix?
yes, not restart your, yeah, restart your Javix. Yeah, your first time you're restarting your enabling your Javix services. You are just checking whether your Polar and other services are not running. You see, first time, right now, right now it is showing like this because it is giving some fetching the database, fetching the information to the server, and right now you can see, and uh, here you can, what is mean by the polar? Polar is basically just communicating your JVX proxies and JVX agents. It is basically your agent part. It is used for the communication purpose, and between your there
Javix
are two
proxy
things.
and Javix agent.
Right. You see, there are the two things in active and patient. Active and patient communication we are using in the architecture. If you study the architecture portion of your JAVIX, so there is a there are communication process. The word is polar is used for the communication part. The fetching that it is capturing your matrix data from the agent and pushing to the your JAVIX server in database. So so for the communication reasons, we need to check your Polar Edge services or not. Right now, it is not showing. The another snap I have, I will show you.
Okay, so how
So
it is communicating in between Javix agent and proxy, Javix proxy?
no.
Internally, how?
Proxy is it's
Uh,
proxy is a different thing. You see, for the just like an example, if if you want to trigger, yeah, any something else, yeah, and communicating with like your they are the two things, the active and passive.
yes,
Active and passive things are available on the your Javik Adsen sites,
Javix,
but
yes.
yeah, once it collecting your data like in a CPU utilization, yeah, disk utilization, yeah, anything else, it recorded, it just capturing the data with the help of Polar, and with the help of Polar, it just directly translate it to transfer to the main server.
Okay, okay.
So okay, so another interesting things. This is after installing the all the things. If you want to see whether your ports all are running in a state, yeah, or on off state. So through this command, you can easily find it. Night state, FNTUL. These are the cheat codes I am telling about you. So you can see it. Okay, my this 10051. This is for JAVIX D. Okay, that is daemon. This is my server. Its port is in. Listening mint is running in a state. So through which you can easily find out easily this command. So these are the cheat codes I'm telling about you. So this is the installation, the configuration part of this Javix. So guys, do you have any question? Because next I'm just telling about the Grafana integration of a Grafana. Anybody has any questions regarding installation and configuration part? So should I move?
Vikas, let's yeah, let's move.
Yeah, sir. I didn't listen, sir.
No, I said Vikas, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, so you see, this is the my Grafana integration part. I'm showing you. So, what is the difference between and what I how I did and nothing. You see, the same IP address, of my JVix and the Grafana is, but my Grafana is running on different port. That is a 300. So, how we integrate? So this is the second portion, introduction and the process of on Javix server. These are the contents. So you see Grafana and Kibana, these are the two virtualization analytical softwares are available on the market. So most of the companies are using Grafana, some are using Kivanas. So what is Grafana? Grafana is analytical software. It just collecting your data matrices, whether it is related to your hard disk utilization, yeah, IOPS, input output operation per second, yeah, RAM utilization, yeah, network utilization. So after taking that matrix, it will show you into the form of graphs. So data source, gathering the data, method of collecting, processing, and storing and analysis. These are the four things it is doing in the Grafana. So you can see this is a, it will show you the dashboard. It will show you like this. So what I did, I just go to the Grafana site and download this particular package. Okay. So I just went. This is the main server. I'm just installing the how we integrate. I'm just going and installing this package on my Javix server machine. I'm not creating another virtual machine where I am just linking anything like this. Nothing I'm doing. I'm just installing this package over here. So this is the RPM package. After an RPM package, I'm installing these things. So this is the installation part. Nothing else. It's a simple. You can easily go into the Grafana download. Mhm. You have to nothing. You have to you see different for Debian package, for Red Hat package. You have to just go to your Linux machine, install it. That's it. Nothing else. It. Uh, is there everything is visible? Hello.
Yes, Vikas.
Everything is visible, right?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, Vikas.
Yeah. So after installing this, if you want to query of that Grafana package, so it will show you, okay, this is the Grafana. If you want to more detail about this package information, you can usually see okay, the Grafana 6.7.3 is available. Architecture is this. You can see over here. So so after installing, I just reload my Devon services. I'm just starting my Grafana server. I'm enabling my Grafana services and status. After run, daemon is basically your all daemons, which is daemon service, which is running your background when you are enabling your any servicing at the boot time. So it is continuous running. So I'm just starting and enabling and graphing. So after that, and because if any service if you enable, you need to allow in SE Linux as well as firewall. My SE Linux is disabled in state. I'm not going to do anything, any type of changes over there. I'm just allowing a port. The Grafana port is 300. So that is a 300. So I have to allow this particular port. After allowing, I'm allowing this and firewall, and after this command, and you already see the 300 already, and Here 300 already in port is allowed. So after this, I have nothing to do. This is my same IP which is I'm using for the Javix server. I'm just changing the this particular port of like just 300. After allow this 300 port, so it will run it. It will show you. So these are the things you just need that particular package, install it, allow in firewall, restart all the services, nothing else. You have to just change this. And now what I am doing, I'm just creating one user. And why creating a user? Because you need to communicate with your because Grafana, where Grafana will take the information. So the information will take from the basically from the database. So right now Maria database is using Javix, so I'm creating one user. So that user is basically collecting the all the information and just post job delivered to your main Grafana. So I'm here. So this is the command. I'm just go to the my SQL database, creating one user. This is the command, and you can change it to your password. I'm just typed over here the simple things and grant that permissions. After grant flash privileges, you can see over here. Right now, show database. These are show database. In MySQL, there is already one user is created. So if I want to see why user is available or not, you see through this command you can easily find out. Okay, my Grafana user is there. Okay, so so after this, your Grafana is running on your web browser in a state. So what are the changes you need to changes in configuration part, uh, because right now you see they are the two database, MySQL and JPEG. So so in the starting page, this these two things will not appear. It will in the first time these two things is not appear. When you what I do after installing all the package, you need to go into the configuration part and add rows. So it will in you have to add MySQL because this MySQL already installed your in Javix server, and I'm not adding anything. And after it, there are the several different JavaX plugins and everything is over there. If you found it right now, this JavaX plugins you already installed, but you at the first time it will not appear on this. So in here you see these are the things I already provided information over. So so what? Okay. So for this plugin, for this plugin, for this plugin, you need to fire this particular command for this one. This is the site. This is the command you need to fire on here in here, because what happened when uh, I'm going to from the start from the you need to go in the configuration part. This is the configuration part. These are the two things will not appear at the first time. So you need to add source. You will find the MySQL Javix will not be there. So you need to plugins. So at the first time Javix plugin is not there. So what you do, you just go to the find more plugins. So if you go to the find more plugins, there are some plugins that Javix is available. You have to click here. After click, it is showing if you want to Javix plugin for the Grafana, you have to execute this command. So you have to nothing, you just copy it and you need to run this fire this command. So right now, after because whenever you install any package or anything, you need to restart Grafana server. So after that, the Grafana server will restart Grafana server. So hmm. So after this restart your server. So sorry guys, after executing this command and I restart that server. So you see after that, my my whole my this my new these Javix plugins uh, will be appear. So it already added. So what you did after adding this Javix plugin over here, there are some changes we need to in Javix plugin. So when you click it, you see there are the mm, some changes where we have to do it. What are the changes? That is 180. This is your IP address. When you at the first time, it will look like this. It will blank. It will show you like this. Nothing else. You just have to give the provider this IP only. What are the this? This is the same IP which is of your Javix server machine. So you have to provide this. You have to provide the user credential of whatever the unique credentials of your Javix admin. So after you have to enable and save and test. If anything is appear wrong over here, that means your integration got failed. So this is a very important because we are adding a new Javix plugin to our dashboard over. So these are the little bit changes we have to do for the integration purpose. That's it, nothing else. Okay. As you see, after this, after integration, and here configuration part, this part, dashboard. So after doing this, you just click on dashboard, and these are the things which are in import form. So you have to just click this and all this. After clicking, it will collecting all the information from your main database. So it will show your basically the output of your in the form of graphs. So here that is a predefined giving the information about the CPU utilization, the JAVX queue, and anything else. For system stats, it is one showing one warning. For templates, it is showing something. So another if you want to create in your own dashboard, if you want to create your own dashboard where you want to monitor, I'm just created my one dashboard, Vikas Mathur, that's my name, you know. So in here I'm just monitoring my interface. I'm monitoring my Apache service. I'm Grafana. I'm system. There's a virtual machine. I just gave the particular name system D randomly. So it will showing you. So how you can create a dashboard? You just and here this is your create a dashboard, add query. So my server, they are the things, lot of things you want to monitor. I'm just monitor my Javix. If you want to matrix, let an example. I'm Javix. If you want anything like storage, showing anything. Okay, so you see, these are the panels. My graph will be enter it. I'm just going to shave it. Okay. So you see, so through this way we can make it our graph over here. So if you want to change the panel name, you just click in the edit portions. You just go in here and here, whatever you want to. Let an example if you want to this. You see, so my graph has been changed, and so this is the way we are through which we can integrate our Javix with Grafana. Guys, do you have any questions regarding this? Guys, I am completed my whole session. Do you have any questions?
No, because
Yeah, I thought it had long. That's everyone not right now. So should we close our session? So I will drop this document, share you with you, so it could be more easier.
Okay, thank you, Vikas.
You know. So, Vipula boss, are you there?
I think Biplav in another call.
So,
Vishal is not there.
so
Vikas,
guys,
can you
I'm
just
just
drop a mail with the talk?
yeah, I'm just sharing that particular document. If you have any question related anything, so you just can me ask me. So, guys, thank you for the
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
for,
Okay, thank you, Vikas.
okay. Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye.